please watch the entire video all the way through. That is such a support. Like, comment, and subscribe, because without you, there's no me. Peace and blessings, family. Sister Jolie, I just want to have very brief fun going over a completely useless entity that calls herself Bhad, Barbie, whatever the heck. I really don't care. I'm aware of this person because she's screamed herself into existence on the Dr. Phil show. Dr. Phil is such a friggin' operative. It's crazy. But then he comes from a really huge operative, Oprah. But anyway, all of this has brought us, and so much more from whiteism, has brought us the lunacy of Bhabie, who actually in another era would have had a classic Roman nose of a sort that, believe it or not, as deeply unblack as it is to our sights, it was just, the Gibson girl tour de force nose to have. They just heralded this Romanesque little, extra arch on the. I'm trying to dispense with just really easy pock shots, such as, ski slope thing. So I won't say that. I'll just say that it's the reason why I'm going over Bhabie is stupid as she is, and as stupid as this whole, what is it? This, transformation thing going on with her. It's just surgery. And being paraded as if it's the new natural her, is because they're losing. They've lost utterly. Now, this is definitely a distraction. Everything right now is crazy distractions, and I'm just really through with the distractions, where I'm like, if you're not addressing what is in our food, that man-made radiation, it just becomes more apparent to me with each and every single day that they've got a whole Rolodex file as big as all the main servers on Earth, filled with the very next distraction. So when I, saw someone sent me a link, and I thank you, brother Nelly, for sending me these different links, and I forget who sent me the one about Bhabie or whatever. I think it was you, brother, too. But when I saw that Cardi B also, I don't know if she reset it, or if it's, she just re-insulted black women by making fun of our darkness. But this is the tale of the tape, is that this chick is gone out and gotten massive plastic surgery. I don't know if that's a makeup or if she's getting a melanin injections, which her phenotype can't handle it. You've got pheomelanin, and you don't have the stuff that actually can handle the electrical force of even melanin injections. I'm quite sure real soon all them folks out there like Martina Big are gonna have some serious cancer issues, because if you can't handle the sun and then you're gonna put the sun in your bloodstream, oh my goodness, you are in deep trouble. And so she got Botox on the lips. It looks like, it's hard to tell in this screen capture, but I think this is more just computer simulated transsuturism, and that her face hasn't been transformed that much. But the lip thing, yeah, I guess so. But the Romanesque nose, it gone. Because this chick in here, she says, this is shared from World Star Hip Hop, but she was stating how She can't make any money on, is it right? Well, she's taken down her IG account, which when I went to look, it's still there. Um, but she was saying that she can't make any money on IG and that people will go and just ask her to do all kinds of things because basically she's leading the life of a whore. I mean, has anybody seen Amber Rose lately? So much for the vaulted slut walk. And Amber, my king, was reminding me that she had a rapper's baby. So she got a little bit of cash coming in regularly until the child is 18 years old. And I fear for his safety with a mother like her. But there's no getting over the definition of a slut. You can do all you want to try to reprise it. But people are going to know you are someone they have no respect for. They don't need to respect you. That's why when you look at the royalty, as much as they're groveling to get people's attention, I mean, the fake British and, whatever, Slovakia, Denmark royalty out there, you don't see them walking around naked. And they'll do their best to show you that, we got muscles on our arms. And they'll give the ones who are depressed massive quantities of, psychotropic medications, even though they still look massively depressed. But they don't walk around naked. There is a dank corner for sluts. And that's what you're supposed to say. And you don't have to actually be one physically. But at the same time, if you're still attention whoring, it's the same type of mindset, right? That's all that people would expect from her. She has no talent, no skills whatsoever because it actually takes intelligence to be capable of writing poetry on a rhyme scale that will be fascinating to millions of people. That's an intensive thing to do. And she ain't got that kind of skill. So all she is just meat to chew up and be gone the next day. All she could do is be a sensational distraction. And so that people will pay attention to her. I don't know if this is before any more plastic surgery, but the lips are definitely much tinier here. And here it is. Bad Bhabie responded, "Don't ever ask me why I don't be on IG again." She trying to do that Ebonics thing. She just sounds ludicrous. "I don't make no money on," it's hard to see beyond that, "on here. I don't need to be on here for something from it for my fans. But y'all take it too far every time," and something. It just gets weird. Yeah, of course. It's going to get weird because she down for the whole Satan fakery of it all, where the butt is all fake, the boobs are probably fake, and here it's hard to tell, but again, this I think is the latest because the lips are slightly bigger, but the nose, yeah, she definitely had that Romanesque thing cropped down. And here, it's just is so incredibly amusing is I know the butt, I don't know if she got the hips done and other things. I saw her thighs are way too tiny for the span of her hips, so I know she got that all filled up. But here there is a comment from Noelle, "It's the real hair for me." Like that's a dig at black women wearing weaves. When there is nothing real about this woman anymore. But you have folks out there who will cling to the stereotype, the comfort of insulting black us when they're doing their darndest to imitate everything we do surgically. When getting surgery doesn't turn you into whatever you're getting surgery to look like. Epigenetically, we have a legacy that informs. Our melanin isn't just on our skin, in our melanocytes, it's in our souls. And thereby the epigenetic legacy, the information packed wisdom that comes through so many generations that all the non-black people on this planet have never come close to seeing. There's no way that a surgeon's scalpel can insert that above and beyond your stupidity, if you believe that such a thing is possible. They can't chop you up to turn you into a woman, and they can't chop you up and turn you into the firstborn of Allah. But they'll ignore all the fakery on this woman and pivot on the one little feature that is actually natural to her phenotype. That is how intensive demonic possession is. And we got to take it out of the hella weird realm where it's some magical mystery. No, it is where you are addicted to the rubberneck major pile-up crash of whiteism. Years ago, I had done a share just based on a hunch that demonic possessions were up. I do believe it was late 2015 to 2016. And when I went looking around, I didn't find the articles in these big publications, Newsweek. I just found it in a Catholic journal off to the side. But without a doubt, there were an increasing number of demonic possessions. And as a result, after I had done my research, I'm not saying the Catholic Church did this because of my research, but they started training a whole army of priests to handle demonic possessions. Now, what I consider to be a possession when you're dealing with the Catholic Church is actually somebody who is waking up to the fact that they're full of crap, that they mean no good whatsoever. And these exorcisms are made to just reacclimate the person to accepting the evil of society everywhere. These are just, I'm not saying that they would plan on being good, but their pheomelanin cannot handle the electrical force of seeing even a little bit of the truth, and they tend to lose their daggone minds. And because if you go and you look for possessions now, they'll say, oh, since the pandemic, there's been an increase in possessions. No, this was long before, because these dudes, they've been lying forever, and with Fukushima especially, they have got continents of people on board for lying, and they do it in a manifold measure where they don't have enough of the truth. And if they do have enough of the truth about the horror of man-made radiation, under pain of death, they don't say anything. And so going to the Catholic Church to get exercise, look at this. Vatican places giant statue of Moloch at Colosseum entrance. And this was at the start of all that stuff that they locked everybody down. Who's Moloch? Moloch is nothing but another reiteration of Satan, of Lucifer, whatever name you want to use to try to understand their hope in a prayer to Satan that they don't have to follow the Most High's rules, that they could reinvent them because their pheomelanin does not propel righteousness the way that it needs to. It's the implications are just enormous. They're enormous. And so the Catholic Church put this outside the Roman Colosseum, the place they used to drag the Christians in and have them ripped apart by lions. They put Moloch in there at the beginning of everything that is still censored. I still can't give you the truth, which I could. You think I could back up what I know about man-made radiation? Oh, everything that's censored, I could back it up too. That there was absolutely nothing to justify us being treated like we were born criminals and we have to stay locked down. And by the way, China's gonna win. Okay? Anyway, so they put Moloch in front of there, and they were ridiculed in their own Catholic media, but you don't hear anybody talking about this. These are the dudes who are supposed to be exorcising demonic possession. Hell no. And so this is bigger than Bhabie, right? And her hair is real, at the very least. That's the only thing. And she's gotten that process too, because otherwise the sucker would just hang down limp as hell. Okay? This is about we're falling in love with black us. Because it's natural. It doesn't mean that white people have to hate themselves, but that seems to be their melanin nature. They need worship. Otherwise, they feel like the nothingness that is their father, the devil. Okay? I'm just saying that. This isn't spooky. It's the science. It's antimatter. It is not having the permission of the Creator to be in his existence anymore because you refuse to follow his rules and you think you can make up your own, to the point where you're rejecting what little permission you have by getting your butt, your face, your everything sliced to the nines, getting yourself injected with something that your nervous systems, your neurons cannot handle. I ain't gonna be crying over no transracialized white person who's gonna suffer the inevitable consequences of trying to grab our natural fire. You can't handle a sun, you definitely can't handle the black. I love your family. So much so that I'm going to tell you, you need my books. I know you will know. The might of you. When you go out and you buy these books, because I come from you. We have a fervent love of the truth. And when we are not deluded out of our minds by being possessed by these evil people's intentions, then we do a beeline to each other and we make each other successful, because my success is your success only because I'm going to test our food, not because I'm Jay-Z and I think just being in the room with you is enough. Oh, no. I got to get to work because the FDA has approved of all Fukushima food being shipped to the United States. And looking at the trajectory of the CMOS campaign, I mean, when you see Cynthia G peddling CMOS, you know it's time to stop eating it. Seeing that, you know they're sending that Fukushima food directly to our black communities. These operatives, these black operatives out here, oh my goodness gracious, you nasty. You just damn nasty, right? So you need my book because it's not enough to just eat healthy. That's the daggone truth of it. You need to target the radiation specifically. And you need to target your mighty soul with this black and this black nation, so you could just read and be inspired. That's a beautiful thing. I know I was inspired by all of us to do my best, so I'm just paying back the incredible favor of being born one of us. Straight black family pride, and we're gonna be okay forever. Peace and blessings.